Confidence. That mysterious magnetic energy you can't fake. The kind that makes people stop and stare without even knowing why. You've seen it before. Someone walks into a room and suddenly the air changes. They don't say a word. They don't try to be noticed, yet somehow everyone feels them. That's not luck. That's not arrogance. That's control. Control over themselves. And here's the truth most people will never tell you. The difference between the people who command a room and the ones who shrink inside it isn't what they do. It's what they refuse to do. Because confidence isn't something you build by adding more. You build it by removing everything that weakens it. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to stop doing, so you can become the kind of person who doesn't just look confident, but is confident. Dangerously confident. There are just 7 simple habits that confident people never do. And once you understand why they don't, you'll stop doing them too. Because the moment you do, something shifts. Your energy changes, people react differently, and you start to feel that calm, quiet power that only true confidence creates. Confident people never overexplain themselves. Confident people understand something most never do. Explaining less says more. They don't chase understanding. They don't fight to be seen as nice, reasonable, or right. Because they've learned that when you constantly explain yourself, what you're really saying is, please don't misunderstand me. Please approve of me. Over-explaining drains your power. It turns strength into apology. It teaches people to question your words instead of trusting them. Confident people know their truth doesn't need decoration. It stands tall in silence. When they speak clearly. They say what they mean, and then they stop. No justifications. No nervous clarifications. Because the most powerful voice in any room isn't the one that talks the most. It's the one that speaks once and lets silence carry the weight. So when you feel that burning urge to keep talking, to fix how someone perceives you, to prove your intention, pause, breathe, and remember, you don't need to be understood to be respected. Confident people never apologize for existing. Confident people know the difference between being kind and being small. They say sorry when it matters, when there's true harm, not when they've simply existed too loudly. Most people, without realizing it, apologize their way through life. Sorry for asking. Sorry for being late. Sorry, can I just? Every unnecessary apology sends a message to your subconscious. You are a burden. And the brain believes repetition, so over time, it starts to treat you that way. You'll walk softer, speak quieter, and take up less space because you've taught yourself that doing so makes you safe. Confident people refuse to train their brain like that. They replace sorry I'm late with thank you for waiting. They replace sorry to bother you with do you have a moment? It's not arrogance, it's self-respect. They understand that being polite doesn't mean shrinking. It means honoring others without dishonoring yourself. And once you start doing that, people begin to respond differently. They take you more seriously. They hear your words differently. Because when you stop apologizing for existing, you start giving your presence the value it deserves. Confident people never chase approval. Confident people understand that chasing approval is emotional debt. The more you pay, the less you have left for yourself. They don't perform to be liked. They don't bend to fit into spaces that weren't built for them. They know that the moment you need someone's validation to feel valuable, you've already given them control over your self-worth. They live by a quiet truth. Approval is temporary, but self-respect is permanent. Think about it. When you try to please everyone, you lose yourself in the process. You become a mirror for other people's opinions, reflecting what they want to see instead of who you are. Confident people don't do that. They're not interested in being liked by everyone, because they know that trying to be universally liked is the fastest path to becoming forgettable. They'd rather be respected for their truth than loved for a version of themselves that doesn't exist. So, while most people are busy adjusting their tone, their image, their words just to avoid rejection, Confident people do the opposite. They show up real, even if it makes others uncomfortable. Because real confidence doesn't ask for permission to exist. It simply does. Confident people never compare themselves to others. Confident people have learned to play a different game. They don't scroll through other people's lives and turn it into a competition. They understand that comparison is a thief, not just of joy, but of focus, creativity, and peace. When you constantly measure your progress against someone else's highlight reel, your brain starts to believe that you're behind. That belief becomes exhaustion. That exhaustion becomes self-doubt. And self-doubt is how confidence dies. Confident people stop that process before it starts. They look inward, not sideways. They measure progress, not perfection. They focus on growth, not applause. Every day, they ask one question: am I better than I was yesterday? That's it, because they know life isn't a race, it's a rhythm. You move differently when you stop competing with ghosts. The moment you stop comparing, something magical happens. The jealousy fades, the noise quiets. You start to feel grateful again. You begin to see your own pace as sacred. And that's the exact moment confidence stops being an act and becomes who you are. Confident people never beg for attention. Confident people understand something most overlook. Attention is cheap. Energy is priceless. They don't need to post every win, announce every plan, or prove their worth through performance. They know that people who scream for attention are often the most insecure ones in the room. Their power comes from restraint. They don't rush to fill silence. They don't need constant validation to feel alive. They know who they are, and that's enough. Psychologically, this calm self-assurance comes from internal validation. The confidence that grows when your opinion of yourself outweighs anyone else's. While everyone else is chasing visibility, the confident are building value. And when you're valuable, you don't need to fight to be seen. People notice naturally. Confident people understand that true influence doesn't come from how loud you are. It comes from how steady you stay when everyone else is screaming for attention. Confident people never fear rejection. Confident people don't see rejection as a wound, they see it as a filter. They know rejection is not proof of inadequacy, but a sign of alignment. It's the universe removing what doesn't match your frequency. Every no you hear isn't failure. It's redirection toward the right yes. Most people crumble under rejection because they take it personally. They believe it means they weren't enough, weren't wanted, weren't chosen. But confident people, they see rejection as information. They analyze it, learn from it, and move forward without emotional chaos. They understand that every closed door is proof they were brave enough to knock. And they also know something deeper. People only reject what doesn't serve them, and that works both ways. You're also rejecting the wrong environments every time you refuse to settle. Rejection doesn't diminish confident people, it refines them. They trust timing, they trust alignment, they trust themselves. Because the moment you stop fearing rejection, you become untouchable. You stop trying to be liked and start being free. Confident people never talk themselves down. This one separates the truly powerful from the permanently fragile. Confident people understand that words aren't harmless. They're commands to the subconscious mind. Every time you say, "I'm stupid," "I'll never get this right," "I'm not enough," your brain listens and obeys. It doesn't know sarcasm. It doesn't know jokes. It only knows repetition. So when you speak negativity over yourself often enough, your brain starts building a world that fits those words. You start to hesitate more. You take fewer risks. You become the person your language predicts. Confident people refuse to live like that. They guard their inner dialogue like it's sacred. They talk to themselves the way they talk to someone they love, with belief, patience, and respect. Instead of, "I can't do this," they say, "I'll figure this out." Instead of, "I'm such a mess," they say, "I'm learning how to do better." Your words are the blueprint of your reality. Change the script, and your entire life begins to shift. Here's the truth no one talks about. You don't become confident by adding more layers, more affirmations, more hustle, more pretending. You become confident the moment you stop giving your power away. You stop explaining yourself to people who've already decided not to understand you. You stop apologizing for things that don't need an apology. You stop chasing approval like it's oxygen. You stop comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. You stop fighting to be noticed. You stop fearing rejection. And you stop talking to yourself like your enemy. That's the moment everything changes. It's that deep breath where your body finally stops tensing around other people's opinions. It's that small shift where your heartbeat slows and your voice steadies. That's what confidence really is. Just inner calm, the kind that says, I'm safe in who I am. And when that energy clicks, the world starts responding differently. People listen more carefully. They treat you with more respect. They stop interrupting you mid-sentence. They sense something different, even if they can't name it. Because confidence isn't about being better than others. It's about being unmoved by them. Imagine waking up and no longer needing anyone's permission to feel enough. Imagine walking into a room without second-guessing what you look like, sound like, or whether you belong there. Imagine not chasing, not performing, not apologizing, just existing in full peace with who you are. Because the truth is, the most confident people in the world aren't fearless. They're focused. They don't waste energy on doubt. They don't let insecurity rent space in their minds. They understand that energy flows where attention goes, and they choose to keep their attention on what empowers them. You can feel it in their presence, that grounded, unshakable energy that doesn't ask for permission. That's what real confidence looks like. And the beautiful thing? That's available to you too. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. For the next 7 days, pick one of the 7 things we talked about, just one, and stop doing it. Stop apologizing for existing. Stop over-explaining. Stop chasing approval. Stop comparing. Stop begging for attention. Stop fearing rejection. Stop insulting yourself. Every time you catch yourself slipping, pause. Remind yourself, this is what confident people don't do. Do this for 7 days. And by the end of the week, you won't just feel more confident, you'll be different. Your voice will sound different. Your posture will change. People will respond to you differently because your energy will have shifted. Now it's your turn. Share in the comments which of these 7 are you going to stop doing this week. We read every single one, and your story, your shift, might be the reason someone else finally decides to stop living small. And if you're ready to go deeper, if you're ready to master your mind, calm your nervous system, and build unshakable confidence from the inside out, then subscribe to Mind Reset right now. Because every week, we break down the hidden psychology behind human behavior and turn it into power you can actually use.